everyone, so for today's video I'm going to be talking about my 2017 language learning goals, and I'm also going to give you guys some tips on how you can make your own. I have noticed in the last couple of days a small increase in the number of people watching my language related videos, and I'm wondering whether this is because of people's New Year's resolutions. So if you are joining today because you're a sort of new language learner, or you've vowed for the start of this year to go back to your language learning books, then do post a comment below. Maybe you can find some people to learn with, or to sort of hold you accountable when you start to drift away. So I'll start off just by some general tips on how you can make good language learning goals. When I was at college and when I was at school, there was this sort of buzz about SMART targets or SMART goals or whatever, and basically SMART stands for these different criteria that your target should have. So for S, it should be specific. So rather than starting the new year going, this year I'm going to learn French, it needs to be more specific than that. What is it? Are you going to do French beginners level? Is it that at the end of the year you want to be able to have a 10-minute conversation with a native speaker? Is it that you're going on holiday? Like, what specifically is your goal? Is it to pass an exam? Is it for business purposes? What is it specifically? Because for M, it needs to be measurable. So that's sort of the question of, how will you know that you've achieved your goal? Is it when you pass that exam? Is it when you've completed those lessons? Is it when you've successfully got that job? How will you know that you've achieved your goal? So A is achievable. So just look at your goal and decide, is this something that could really be done? If your goal is, oh, I want to be fluent in Spanish, I've never learned it before, but I want to be fluent in Spanish by the end of February, just look again and think, is that something that could really be done? And R, it needs to be relevant. So this is sort of the question of why. Why do this goal? What is the benefit? What is the motivation for you to do this? Is it, you want to pass your French A-level, which is an exam we have in England? Is it you want to pass your French A-level because you want to take French at university, and that's why it's relevant? I guess the question is, why do this? And T is time bound. So you need to know, when is the deadline for this? You don't have forever, so decide, is it I have 6 months to finish these Babbel courses? Is it I have 2 months to finish Duolingo? Is it I have 1 week to learn this vocab? You need to set in, when do I need to measure if I've been successful? So that is SMART goals, that is SMART targets. And as in probably traditional fashion, I'm now going to completely ignore the advice that I just gave you, because my targets and my aims for this year are not SMART targets. And I'm gonna explain a little bit quickly why. For those of you who've watched my channel, I am in my final year of university. I have always been a student. I've never had a job. I don't know what career I'm going into. I have no idea what is gonna, this time next year, my life, I don't even know what my life is gonna look like. I don't know where I'm gonna be living. I don't know how much money I'm gonna be earning. I have no idea what I'm going to do. So for me, this year it's particularly hard for me to imagine how much free time am I going to have? How much energy am I going to have? How much money am I going to have? So it's very difficult for me to sort of plan what is realistic for me in terms of French learning. I may find that I get a great job that gives me plenty of time in the evenings, and I'll improve my French tenfold, just whack the table. So basically I have no idea. So it's sort of difficult for me, but I have made some goals. I've written a note that I may take perhaps some French evening courses. I don't know until the future. But also a quick note is that I have found a free MOOC, which is a massive open online course. I found a free course for preparing you for the DELF B2 French diploma. I will put a link below. It's from the end of February till April. It's 7 weeks long. And it's run by Université Lille 3. And it's just a free course that you can subscribe to. I think you can quit at any time. So why not do that if you're a French learner? I am hoping to do that course, but it's around the time that I have to hand all my stuff in, and I'm a bit afraid to commit to it. So link for that will be below. So my goals for this year, well, as some of you may know, in my previous update I mentioned that I was meeting a friend once a week to speak in French for an hour. I am hoping that we'll continue this. I do plan to continue this, but I kind of think realistically, as it gets closer and closer to our deadlines, we're probably not going to see each other, but I hope that we will continue to meet once a week. I've written a note here that I don't need to improve my vocab this year, and I think what I mean is I don't want vocab to be the focus of this year. I pretty much have vocab, and I'm at the stage of if I don't know the word for something, I can sort of describe the word that I'm looking for, and then the other speaker can tell me what the word is. And so I don't really want to focus on learning new words, but I want to focus on tenses. Last year I did do a bit more of sort of difficult tenses, but I forgot a lot what I learned and I was a bit confused about things. So I would like this year to at least go over once more, either on Babbel or in this grammar book that I had that I showed in a past video. Have this massive grammar book that I was supposed to finish. I may go back to that. I just want to go over some of the more complicated tenses again, especially the subjunctive, which I came across for the first time last year, and I'm now aware of when I should be using it, but I just don't know how to use it, so I kind of feel bad when I'm speaking French. I'm like, I know that this is where I'm supposed to use that thing, but I don't know how to do it, so yeah. So I would like to improve knowledge of tenses and the subjunctive, either with Babbel or the book or with a course, I don't know. I also want to use French when presented with the opportunity. So next week I'm going to Paris, and it's kind of a bit freaky because I'm not really prepared for it yet. So I'm not really excited, or I don't know, I can't believe next week I'm going to Paris. So next week I'm going to Paris, and I'm going to try to use the opportunity to sort of use my French. In other words, if someone clearly speaks English, I'm not going to go in straight away speaking English. I'm gonna maybe talk to them a bit in French and then see if it's awful and I can swap back to English. So I just want to, if the opportunity to speak French arises, I'm going to use it. And I'm also thinking about creating some opportunities to use French. For example, making videos in French for you guys. I did do a couple and you seemed to like them, so maybe I'm gonna do some more of those videos during the year. Okay, that is all of my goals. I know it's short, but again, as I said, I'm afraid. But I am hoping that my French will at least not get worse this year. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of exciting to not really know the future. Maybe I don't know. As I said, I don't even know where we're living. Maybe we will move back to France. I mean, I'm a bit afraid, but you know, we could move back to France, or there was a possibility that we might move to Switzerland. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Do post below if you have like goals that you want people to sort of help you achieve or to hold you accountable to. And I'm gonna film a video after this actually about whether I would learn another language or what other languages I might learn. So stay tuned for that. I will post a link when it's ready. And if you like this video, give it a like. And if you want to see some more, subscribe. And I'll see you all next time. Bye.